my house smells like bacon now. You see, I have my apron on, and I usually don't put this on until we actually get to start cooking. But I'm gonna show you something. I've got an appetizer made with the theme, and I got dessert made. This is the appetizer. This is the before.
Yum.
Then you have the main course, which will go, and then you have dessert.
Oh my.
And
Sissy got it going on.
I have been busy, and actually this has been another one that just makes the house smell so delicious. Of course, the dogs have been sitting right there at the edge of they're not allowed in the kitchen, but they sit like right there at the edge with their little paws like right over there, and they're like, are you gonna drop some of that? Is there some extra? Like kids, you know? So do you want to share what our theme this week is, which was actually suggested by someone in your family?
Yeah, Mr. Anderson suggested it.
Needs more bacon.
We've agreed to do a needs more bacon themed Dishing with Sissy episode. However, at the end of this, Steve and Bill, if I can grab him, will need to come taste and make sure that it has enough bacon in whatever dish we're making.
Yeah.
So what I have here that we're starting with, that I actually just took one to Bill to start off his, little appetizer, is I have grilled jalapenos stuffed with cream cheese and homemade bacon jam, which is amazing.
Well then.
And the dessert is, I don't even know what to call it. I'm calling it a chocolate bacon bark, which is kind of like, it's a bark, but it's more like a candy, and it's got, caramel, which is brown sugar and butter, and you pour that over it, and that gets all nice and hard, and then you put the chocolate chips and the cooked bacon over top of it.
That sounds disgusting.
And let me tell you, it's awful. Like I keep walking back over there going, I'm just going to take a little piece of it.
Oh my God.
So as we discussed, we're going to be making needs more bacon recipes. So I conferred with Mr. Anderson here, and he helped me come up with the dish that we're going to make. We're going to do a stuffed bacon wrapped pork loin. And I made you can't have pork without having applesauce. So I made a bacon applesauce. And we're going to do a side of wilted spinach with a warm bacon dressing. So we're going to get started on that. I did do some pre-preparation stuff because I wasn't sure how it would come out. I never butterflied a pork loin before. So I have about a 1.5 pork loin. I opened it up so that we can layer it and roll it up. And we're going to start with what the dish is. And we're going to start making the filling, which is it's got some Japanese spinach that I got from the farm down the road. Bacon, of course, apple, and some Gouda cheese. I got some pieces of bacon that I pre-cooked just until right before they were crispy. I'm going to put in some shallots. This is two medium-sized shallots. I'm going to let those cook down a little bit with that bacon and get the bacon crispier. Also on the side, I'm making Steve's request some lima beans with bacon. So I've got frozen lima beans in here, and I'm just simmering them in a pot with some pieces of bacon and some garlic powder, a little bit of salt and pepper, and a pinch of dried chives. Pretty funny, me and Sissy had the same color shirt on. We used to do that all the time when we worked together when we were living in Florida. We would come out of our rooms. We would have basically the same colors or the same style outfit on to go to work without even knowing it. And we still do that. Okay, I have some, this is Japanese spinach. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I got it from the farm up the road. And so it's fresh, delicious. I'm going to put a couple of handfuls in the pan with the shallots and the bacon, just to make the stuffing for the pork. Let it cook down a little bit. That should be enough. I'm going to put in a good tablespoon of garlic. This is only half a teaspoon measure, but I'm just rolling with it. Okay, I think that's good. I'm turning off the heat. And just stir it around. And I'm going to set this aside so it doesn't get too much more wilted than that. But there's bacon, shallots, garlic, and spinach. So I've got the wilted spinach, bacon, garlic, shallots. I'm putting in a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, whatever brand you like. And I got, I only used one apple. I bought two. I think one is enough. It's a Fuji apple. And I got that sliced up in just little even thin slices. I need a spoon. I'm going to put the Dijon mustard in with the spinach. And I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of fresh chopped rosemary. Just going to mix this a little bit. Oh boy. That's good. All right. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to set this here. I'm going to bring in the pork loin. So I went ahead and butterflied it ahead of time because honestly, I wasn't quite sure how it would come out. So 1.5 pound pork loin, and I butterflied it. You might want to go on the internet and look up how to butterfly it. You can, sometimes you can just cut the pork loin in half, and you can put the filling in the middle and then fold it back over and tie it up. Or you can do like a roll cut where you get more open space and you have more room for putting your filling on. So that's what I attempted, and it came out pretty good. It wasn't as hard as I thought. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I have my oven on 375. I'm going to layer this with the bacon, the spinach mixture. I'm going to put the spinach mixture down first. Put this on here. Wow, it smells so good. Yeah, that. Okay. I'm going to put down some apples. Hopefully I sliced them thin enough. I want to have a little bite of apple when I cut the pork, bite into it. I want to have a nice bite of apple. So I'm just going to put some slices down here. When I roll it, they're probably going to move around, but that's okay. Looks delicious. Okay. I've got some bacon that I pre-cooked ahead of time. Cooked it down just so that it was not crispy, but it's still floppy. I'm going to lay down several pieces of needs more bacon. Worked out perfect. Okay, and I also have some Gouda cheese. I just pre-sliced it, put it in a Ziploc bag so that I wouldn't have to spend a lot of time doing that. I'm just going to put some layers of cheese in here. This might be a little much, but hey, needs more bacon. I'm a needs more cheese fan, so I'm going to roll this up. I'm going to tie it off. I have some butcher twine, so I'm going to just start rolling this. Oh boy, it's weird doing stuff on camera, and it's kind of slippery. I'm just going to pull it towards me, roll it around. I may have overstuffed this a little, but you know what? That's okay. Oh, there's bacon getting away. Okay. I've got it rolled up. Put anything that came out back in there.
Well, let me catch up on what's been going on here. Our bacon wrapped meatloaf is in the oven. I have the lima beans and pancetta with shallots and garlic are kind of simmering now to get the beans finished. And my mashed potatoes are done, and I've kind of been going as to whether or not I wanted to add bacon to these and maybe do a loaded mashed potato, some bacon, some cheese, some scallions, and I know this needs more bacon, but I think I'm gonna forego the bacon in the mashed potatoes and just mash them up really nice with my masher. My mom used to use a hand mixer, which is good, but that requires a special technique because if you go too far with the hand mixer, your potatoes become pasty. So I like the old-fashioned mixer because I don't trust myself. So I'm just gonna add, they're all kind of mashed up. I'm gonna add a heaping bit of butter and some heavy cream. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and some ground white pepper. And we're just gonna mix these up and let them set. And these will speak for themselves and bring this dish kind of together, sans the bacon. It's okay, it's still gonna be bacony enough.
What I'm doing here to tie this up is taking a piece of the butcher twine that will go around the meat. Just put it underneath there. And you put it under twice like this and then pull it tight. And then you can put another knot in. I got a little bit more, but there's some cheese trying to slip out. Just going to shove it back in there. So this looks pretty delicious. I'm going to cut these extra pieces of twine. This knife is sharper. Yeah. Cut the extra pieces of twine off. I'm going to salt and pepper the outside of this. It looks delicious. Mm-hmm.
Needs More Bacon Night is coming together very nicely. I just wanted to share with you the lima beans that have been sauteed in bacon grease. I've also have some shallots and some garlic that have also been sauteed in bacon grease. And then I added pancetta, which is uncured bacon, basically. It's the same thing, only it's uncured. It's processed a little bit differently, but it's going to be full of bacon flavor. Our mashed potatoes are here, finished and waiting. And let me walk you over here so you can take a look at this beauty. We're gonna peek just a little peeky peek. Oh, that looks so good.
I've got these pieces of bacon that I cooked. I cooked them down until they're pliable because I like the bacon to get crispy on the pork. So I'm gonna just start taking the pieces of bacon and wrap them around. I'm going to cover the whole thing. Lots of bacon. Needs more bacon. This will be Steve's end with the extra bacon. So I have that. I'm just going to put a couple of sprigs of rosemary around in here just for more hint of rosemary flavor. I also mix up about half a cup of chicken broth that I want to pour in the bottom of the pan. When the juices drip down, I can make a little sauce, gravy type thing with, I'm not pouring it on the meat. I'm just going to pour it around in the pan. And it's just half a cup of chicken broth. So I'm going to put this in the oven. Oh, looks delicious. I'm going to put it in the oven. It's at 375. It's a little toaster oven. So it's going to take a little bit longer to cook because it's stuffed. It would normally only take maybe 45 minutes to an hour, but I think it's going to take maybe 90 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to put this in and then we'll come back and I'm going to start making the bacon dressing, which I remember having when Sissy lived in Maryland. She lived in this little town, tiny town. And her and I went to this little buffet restaurant. They call them smorgasbords out there. I can't remember the name of the place. But it was fantastic. And they had this warm bacon dressing to put on your salad, a spinach salad. So I'm going to make some warm bacon dressing to have on that spinach along with our pork roast and some applesauce that I made. I'll have the recipe for the bacon applesauce with some pictures because I cooked it yesterday so that it would be more flavorful. Okay, time to make the bacon dressing. I got some bacon cooked over here and crumbled up. And I have here, we have sugar, white sugar, cornstarch, and a little bit of salt. I poured the bacon grease off, and I'm just using whatever residual was in the pan, in the same pan. So I'm going to stir this around. We have vinegar, white vinegar, and a little bit of water to whisk it constantly. So I'm going to get my big whisk and just start adding. I've got it on medium-low heat. So I'm going to put the bacon in. All the little crumbles. And whisk it until it starts to thicken. And I'm going to check the meat. And then we'll come back. Oh. Nothing wrong with this. I've got the bacon dressing, hot bacon dressing ready. I'm going to pour it on the spinach. It's really just like a, oh my goodness. It's like a bacony caramel. Oh, can you see that? Num, num, num.
Hi.
Hi,
Nice to
I'm
meet you.
trying to show the dish. What do you think, Sissy?
What? Did you
What?
did you bacon wrap something?
I did. I bacon wrapped a pork loin roast,
Ooh.
of course. So we conferred on this recipe, Mr. Bacon Man and I.
Uh-huh.
It's a pork loin bacon wrapped with Japanese spinach, apples, and Gouda cheese with
Ooh.
bacon, of course, and wrapped with bacon. I made a wilted spinach and warm bacon dressing.
Oh
And
my.
Steve requested lima beans with bacon. And I also made a bacon applesauce.
Well, you have bacon it up. Steve? Steve?
Yes,
Is it-
ma'am. I give it 2 thumbs up.
It has enough bacon then?
Well, I don't know if there's such a thing as enough bacon, but according to my nutritionist, yes.
Okay.
Well, see, once again, we have done very similar dishes.
Oh,
You can see
what
what
you
I have
got?
here. I did a bacon wrapped meatloaf.
Ah,
So my bacon wrapped meatloaf, and of course I did the bacon, the homemade bacon jam that I put the stuffed jalapenos with cream cheese and the homemade bacon jam. I did the dessert.
okay.
I also did, let me just cut this. I haven't even cut this.
Yeah.
This looks so pretty. Bill was going to kind of try to jump off his call and come in to taste this for me. He keeps kind of coming out and he's like, is it done? Is it done? I did bacon wrapped meatloaf, mashed potatoes. I didn't put any bacon. I was going to do a loaded mashed potato. I'm like, no. But I
Okay.
also did lima beans with pancetta.
What? You did not. This is
There.
your lima beans too. That looks amazing.
I put the meatloaf, I used Dad's old recipe, the family standard. But
Okay.
I put some tomato paste on the top, and then I covered it with some cheddar cheese before I wrapped it in bacon.
Wow.
Mm.
I made this warm bacon dressing, and I swear it's like a bacon caramel.
Mm. Yum.
This is like way too much fun.
Almost very similar to this bacon jam that I did because it's caramelized onions, and it's got the bacon, so it's like a jam. The dressing's probably obviously a little bit more thinner, but probably very similar.
I almost made bacon jam. However, I remembered that warm bacon dressing from that little smorgasbord place we went to in
Vermont, Maryland.
near Camp David.
Yeah.
Remember?
And that's the first time I've ever had warm bacon dressing, and it was
So good.
It was something that we remember. 20 some years later.
Heck yeah, I remember that for sure.
Can't remember the name of the restaurant. Can't remember a lot of things, but we can
I
remember.
can't either. It had something to do with cozy.
Yeah.
I
So
think.
this is cozy.
Yeah, this is cozy.
And then
And-
I'm going to top it off with some of this chocolate bacon bark that I have.
See, I don't need dessert because I got that warm bacon dressing. Oh, and the applesauce.
Well, I think this is this was another fun one. I really enjoyed doing all the bacon. I bought 3 pounds of bacon and a double package of the pancetta. And I'm like, oh, I'll have plenty. I used all of it.
Did you?
Dogs were like, where's ours? And I'm like, well, buddy.
Yeah. Crow's been eyeballing me from the living room while I was cooking. This is good, sissy.